Last lesson we looked at the history of flowering plants and went on a nature hunt collecting various plants from around the park. Today let's look at the characteristics of the following plants and distinguish the difference between them. Flowering plants are divided into one of two categories. These are monocots and dicots. The reason for this is the word mono refers to one and the word di refers to two or more. This refers to the cot part of the plant, where the cot is a part of the seed that grows into the leaves. So a monocot would have one seed and a dicot would have two seeds or more. Another way to categorize flowering plants is to identify the number of petals the plant may have, and we may need to use a little bit of mathematics knowledge to work this out. So if we were to pick up a simple flower, we could just count the number of petals on it. So this one in particular has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When we're trying to determine if it's a monocot or a dicot, we look for if it's got a multiple of 3, then it's a monocot. If it's a dicot, we look for multiples of 4 or 5. So if I have 6 petals, is this a multiple of 3, 4 or 5? 3, yes, correct. So this plant, or this flower in particular, would be a monocot. Another way to identify if a flower is a monocot or a dicot is to analyse their leaves. A monocot has leaves that run parallel or up and down from top to bottom, just like this one. And a dicot's leaves are quite scattered or netted. They don't really follow a pattern, they can go in several directions. Now let's take a look at this worksheet and let's try and determine from the knowledge we just learnt what these particular flowers are. So if we're looking at the first one, what might we do to work it out?
We could count how many petals there are.
Excellent, so let's do that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. So remember, if it's a multiple of 3, it's a monocot, and if it's a multiple of 4 or 5, it's a dicot. So which one would this be?
A dicot.
Excellent. So if you write that on there. Moving on. So the next one, it's also a flower.
We can count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6. So this one
must be a monocot.
Excellent. So because it's a multiple of 3. Okay, let's look at the next one. It's just a leaf this time, so we can't really count the petals, but what else could we do?
We can look at the veins in the leaf.
Excellent.
And they're all scattered, which is the same as a dicot.
Excellent. Dicots always have a scattered or netted appearance on the leaves. Okay, let's turn it over. There's a few more, just to check that we understand everything.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. So it must be a monocot.
Excellent.
This has nice straight veins, so it would have to be a monocot.
Excellent. I think you already have it. Let's just do the final one.
1, 2, 3,